It's the I Can't Mom Today podcast with Heather, the new mom, and Vera, the seasoned mom. I Can't Mom Today.
Hey, this is Heather and Vera back again with another episode of I Can't Mom Today podcast. I feel like every time I get on, I'm just super punchy. And this has been like the last 6 months because I've been a wild, crazy maniac.
Well, geez, like you guys have been sick. If Baker's not sick, it's like you're sick. You guys have been sick off and on for the last 6 months, pretty much.
Yeah. And then, we're not sick, knock on wood or
knock on wood, whatever.
Oh, okay. We're not sick right now, but we are just wild people. So, Baker, his last day of daycare is today, and we leave for Florida tomorrow, where I'll see you, and we'll be there for 2 weeks. And I booked this trip months ago because I was like, oh, we'll just have it's back when I had no work really. I was working like 10, 15 hours a week. And now I'm just like, because I have a lot going on with the new position that I started and leaving for a week or even two. Well, I was supposed to do two. And so now I'm just doing one and trying to work through him being with me. So I'm just like super stressed about it.
Oh, man. I mean, it's like you went from quitting your job to, I don't know what I'm going to do. And financially, it's going to be, difficult, but I'll make it work. And
it didn't work. That's why financially I had to get something.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So work.
Yeah, it's okay. It's fine. I'm enjoying it. It's different stuff that I've ever done. Or not different stuff than I've ever done, but it's just like additional things so I'm growing. I'm growing is one thing that I have to say about that. And which is good.
Yeah.
But it's just, I wasn't expecting it. So when I booked all these trips and stuff, it wasn't on the plan. So it's turned out to be more of a shit show than I expected.
Yeah. Well, and it's kind of frustrating because you try, at least for me, I always try to plan trips way ahead in advance because I feel like if you don't plan it, it's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So you try and plan that trip.
For airplanes are outrageous.
Yeah, exactly. So you figure, okay, it's smart for me to plan it way ahead in advance. And then lo and behold, something comes up like this, like your life shifts for one reason or another. Or, in the case we were supposed to be in Costa Rica when COVID hit, so it's frustrating because you want to plan it because that to me is the smart thing to do. But then when you plan it, inevitably something comes up.
Yep. It's true.
So you can't freaking win.
I know. It's fine. I mean, it's good. It's not bad. It's nothing is bad. That's good.
No, this is true. Yes. It could be way worse. So we need to maintain a positive attitude.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm growing, I'm learning. It just really is a shit show and I'm just here for the ride. I'm just buckling in and go with it.
And, well, you can pay the bills, right?
I can.
That's positive.
I can buy more CBD gummies.
There you go. To stay calm.
Yeah. And it allows me to buy like vitamins to live longer and, whatever. So things and stuff. And so.
And then there's stuff.
Yeah.
So you wanted to talk about our topic today?
I didn't want to talk about it. You want to talk about, I'm just kidding. In the news, you may or may not have seen that Alicia Silverstone is getting some backlash for sleeping with her 11-year-old child. And when I say sleeping, I mean like sleeping in the same bed. Just to clarify that for anybody that had their mind in the gutter and like really was like pitchforks in hand. Mm-hmm. Alicia Silverstone is a different kind of person. She is somebody who has always, I feel like, done things different. Like she chewed her kids' food before, when they were babies.
That? Yeah, she would chew it up and then spit it into their mouths.
Yeah, and I read a lot about
bird.
I did a lot of reading and I had her book and stuff like that for when I first became like vegan, and she does like whole food, raw whole food. I don't think she cooks that much. Anyways, but she was doing a lot of, I read her book. It was really interesting. You tell me your thoughts on it and then I'll tell you my thoughts.
Well, I think it's okay. Right. There's a part of me, I think that I think it's important for your child to learn to be independent and to learn to, like self-soothe and all that. Although I tried, and Lucas is still having troubles. But and even still, I mean, Lucas is 19, and I will have to admit, and some people might think this is creepy, but every once, since he has his own place and everything, but he still gets terrible migraines every so often, or if he gets really sick, I will I have slept in the bed with him, but I have a king size bed. And it's just to him, he's like, can I get into bed with you? And we'll watch a movie and, go to sleep. Some people, though, might say, oh, it's your 19-year-old son. He's a grown man. That's creepy. I'm like, we're not snuggling, really. It's just like we're just happen to be in the same bed. It's comforting to him to just be there. And, and just, I try to make him some chamomile tea and we watch a movie and I try to get him to go to sleep. And so some people might think that's creepy. But I think an 11-year-old every night, it's too much. I just think that he should have his own space and his own bed and his own, learn to sleep by himself.
I think whatever. I think who cares? Unless it's something, unless I think just people are just we have to judge everything, right? I think whatever their family dynamic is comfortable with, who cares? It doesn't affect you. I mean, unless it gets into the, the sexual aspect, but I feel like in America, we have to sexualize everything. And oh, well, that's gross because he's 11 and going through puberty or whatever. Yeah. And it's like, who cares? Who cares? I know my friend is an adult and still snuggles with her parents. And 35. Not every day, but they live out of town. She snuggles and I know I don't see this as a big deal. I mean, I was telling Brad, I was like, yeah, we're going to talk about this. And he goes, I see nothing wrong with that. I was like, yes, I know you would build a bunk bed in our bedroom for Baker. We'd sleep on the bottom and he'd sleep on the top. And it would. It's so exactly what would happen. So I don't, now don't get me wrong. I don't want him in my room over my dead body. Do I want him in my room every day? But that's my decision. And we allow him to come in one night a week. That's his special night where he snuggles, or if he gets sick or whatever, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing. Sick is different.
But if he wants to even if he wants to snuggle me at 19, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I am here for it because he is my baby.
Yeah.
And it's and you talk about the relationship about adults and you have a adult child. But when my dad was passing, I would if I could have gotten that bed with him and snuggled, I would have.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well, like you said, I think that people do tend to sexualize things when it's not necessarily, that's not it at all.
Yeah.
And it's kind of sad actually.
Yeah.
So yeah. Cause I thought about that when I saw this and I was like, I don't know. I think for me, that would not be my thing, but but the other thing is too, she's done, so we know about the baby bird feeding, the way she used to do that when he was a baby, but she also admitted too, she did this thing, elimination communication, where she didn't really potty train him, with diapers. When she potty trained him, she would just let him walk around naked and watch him and see. She said he would smile when he had to pee, so she knew she could run him over to the toilet or wherever and go pee. And I actually did have a girlfriend that did that, and she did same kind of things. Alicia Silverstone hasn't vaccinated him, and my girlfriend didn't vaccinate her daughter. Let's see, there was something else that she does. Oh, well, she said that when Bear was 9. Now, okay, tell me if you think this is weird. When Bear was 9, Alicia Silverstone said she still took baths with him. Do you think that's weird?
I personally wouldn't do it. I think, I don't know. I mean, I think whatever works for your family. I think she's a very commune, natural hippie kind of, I think that's her vibe. That's, I think that this was probably acceptable when people, hundreds of years ago, I think people probably did this and it was not thought of in any way. Would I do it? No. But as long as there's no sexual nature in that, being that there's no touching inappropriate, whatever, I don't care. And I don't see that she would be, I don't think she's doing that. I think it's truly she is very these are our bodies. We have to appreciate them. And like, so I'm not going to be embarrassed and like cover up. And like, I think that's, I think it's, I don't want somebody else's butt juice anywhere near me.
Right. Exactly. Butt juice.
But you know what I'm saying? Especially a boy, 11-year-old boy pass.
Right.
But whatever, butt juice. Yeah, not my choice, but like if that's what she wants, I don't, unless it's inappropriate in any way, why do we care?
Yeah, I guess I can kind of see that. Like to me, I'm like, I could see taking a shower maybe, because they're still kind of maybe 8 or 9, like still kind of learning how to make sure that they get all clean,
Yeah.
But yeah, like I guess that's kind of the thing that ran in my, like, how big is the bathtub? And are you sure your kid's not going to pee in the bathtub while you're in there with them? And
yeah. Well, I mean, how different is it than a hot tub though? You just have a piece of material difference.
True. Like, I mean, you're not obviously in a bath, you're naked.
Yeah.
So that's where it could be a little creepy. But two, I mean, I talked to a girlfriend of mine she has 2 boys. Her boys are a couple years younger than Luca's. And she and I talked about how I always, I usually get dressed in the bathroom, put my makeup on and everything. And so does she. And if the boys walk in to talk to her and she's naked, she's like, whatever. And, she keeps talking to them. And her husband was kind of like, don't do that. That's creepy, And she's like, why is it creepy? And if I don't make a big deal out of it, then they're not going to make a big deal of, ooh, naked lady, And you just kind of make it like, oh yeah, this is my body. That's your body. I mean, we're not going to necessarily run around naked the whole time, but that's the big deal. Of course, when Luke like started to get a little older, like now, I just say, I'm like, naked mom alert. And so then he'll come in and talk to me and just turn his back to me and talk to me. And so I'm like, yeah, because that makes me feel a little uncomfortable now at the fact that he's 19. That's a little bit creepy to be standing there naked with him. But if he turns his back and he's not staring at me while he's talking to me, then I feel fine.
Yeah. I mean, like Brad is very, very much so like he covers up and I'm like, Baker's almost going to be 5. And I don't want him to be embarrassed and be like, I can't see a naked body. I don't want him to be embarrassed of that. And I want him to embrace like who he is without like showing everybody's butt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
to do that.
When Jerry when we were engaged and moved in together, Lucas was like, I think 5. And Jerry, loves walking around the house naked. So it's like, oh boy, here comes naked man. And then Lucas would be like, naked boy, and then he'd walk around naked. I was like, great. And I'd say to them, I'm like, this is awesome, you guys, really, really. And so then, of course, when Luke got older, he didn't want to walk around naked anymore. He didn't think it was funny anymore.
Yeah.
But again, I was like, especially since Jerry's a man, and Lucas is a boy, it was kind of like, it was funny, they have the same parts going on.
Yeah.
But I also too wasn't going to feel like I needed to hide my body from him either. So
yeah, I don't think I think you can, again, whatever you're comfortable with, I think it's fine as long as it's not, on being inappropriate, I think, and, sexually inappropriate, not like,
right.
I don't know, pooping on the floor or something.
Right.
I mean, although that is disgusting. Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
So I give my stamp of approval to her. I do it, mama. You're doing what you need to do for your family. And why do we care?
Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess to me, it's just, but like you said, I need to maybe be a little less, because I'll be honest, when I first read all that, I was like, ew. Yeah. Ew.
Well, that's your instinct. Yeah. Because people are wired to judge other people. I don't know why. I don't know if it's like something that has been in our DNA from the beginning, but it is what it is right now. But the point where I think we all as human beings can change this is having that gut reaction and then saying, wait a second, why am I upset about this? Okay. Cause I wouldn't do it. I think it's inappropriate, but is it being inappropriate, and just like walk through that with yourself. Cause I think one association I worked with helped me walk through those steps. Right. Cause I my initial was like, but then I was like, wait, let me work through this. And so I think it'll become easier and better for you as you go along. and it may never go away, which is fine. Not for me. I still am judgy. I still judge people. And then I'm like, whoa, check yourself.
Yeah.
Wreck yourself. But yeah, so I think that's just who we are. And just to acknowledge that and then figure out why you're being so judgy is maybe a good next step.
Yeah. I guess that's a good point. Like, you're not taking baths with my kid.
Yeah. And that's an inappropriate thing.
That would be inappropriate.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is, I guess, like you said, instinctively, I was just kind of like, mm-hmm. But recognizing the fact that, yeah. And it, who knows? I mean, her kid may grow up to be the bestest kid ever,
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think he's going to have a good heart.
Mm-hmm. Well, I definitely think he'll be sensitive to some degree,
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So let's just take a breather and not judge everybody immediately. Or if we do, then realize why we're judging.
Keep it to yourself.
Yeah. Keep it to yourself, damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think, but we all do it. I'm not judging anybody on judging anybody because I do it.
Yeah, right. I can't judge you on judging. It's okay. I won't judge you for it.
The only thing I could say is what I've experienced and move on.
Exactly.
All right. Until next time.
Yeah. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to our podcast, rate our podcast, and pick up your I Can't Mom Today merch at TeePublic. And we'll, of course, post the link in the show notes. So you can click on the link and look for us on Facebook and Instagram too. I Can't Mom Today podcast.
All right. Until next time.
Bye. Bye.